Hey everybody, what's happening? Son of a silver stacker here. In today's numismatic news and information for the 18th day of December 2022, I'd like to welcome you over to AppMix so I can show you where the spot prices end of the week on Friday. However, two things before that. Going to welcome you over to Good Morning to a Tiny Numismatics. That's number 302. That's tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, 6:30 a.m. on the West Coast. Also, a huge shout out and a big thank you to all of our channel members. Awesome. Thank you so much. Now, let's head over here to AppMix. Looks like gold ended the week at 1803.50, silver at 23.50, platinum at 10.10, and palladium at 1793.50. And I had a feeling that gold would end up higher than palladium. There we go. Said that about 2 weeks ago. I was like, yeah, there we go. So let's head over here to the United States Mint bullion sales, and we're going to look at the calendar here, finishing off in December here. Yeah, nothing going on here. No new tale to tell for December. And will we? Yeah, probably not. Now, let's go here to numismatic news. There's an article by Patrick Heller, dated December 15th. That was 3 days ago. It says the heroism of owning gold and silver. And what does he mean by that? Well, let's find out. I thought it was a really interesting article. So I was reading it. I'm like, yeah, this does make a lot of sense. So here we go. There they are. Silver and gold. There's the silver eagles right there. Beautiful. All right, here we go. Let's get down to business. During the Far East Asia currency crisis of 1997, the value of Indonesia's rupiah currency fell more than issues of other nations. All right, that makes an argument right there. That's his introductory statement. Indonesian citizens whose wealth was denominated in the rupiah, the fiat paper currency, became destitute. That's not a good word. Destitute meaning got nothing to show for it. No money, no wealth. Indonesians who held a sufficient part of their wealth in physical gold and silver saw their standard of living largely unaffected. I think he's trying to make a point here, folks. Maybe you're a hero by owning gold and silver. And maybe you don't have to just be a hero to yourself and your family, but maybe you can be a hero to others as well. Let's find out here. I have heard numerous stories how the ownership of physical gold and silver has not only supported a standard of living, but literally saved lives. One customer of my business, when selling us a variety of European gold coins, explained that they were the residual holdings of what had been stored in a cookie jar in the Netherlands in 1940 when the German military overrun that country. Whoa. A large number of this Jewish family's relatives used some of the gold in those coins to pay for passage to the United Kingdom, the United States, and to South America. So let's see. Yeah, I guess that would save some lives, right? Get them out of Dodge, right? Over the years, we have also been told by numerous customers who fled from the former South Vietnam that they needed to pay gold, right, to those who helped them escape to other lands. Further, as they purchased more bullion price gold coins and bars, they explained that just because they were now in America did not necessarily mean that they might not need gold once again to pay for rescue. Okay, so folks, if you know a little thing about me, I grew up in an area called Little Saigon in Orange County, California, and I can tell you from a personal anecdote that I have friends in the Vietnamese community. I worked in a Vietnamese bakery, and I'll tell you, and this was, I can only say this for some of the people that I knew. They didn't trust law enforcement, they didn't trust banks, and they didn't trust paper money. So they kept gold and they kept it on their persons or their houses. I mean, it's just one of those things. I mean, it's a cultural thing, and it didn't change when people got, like they said, now we're here in America. Yeah. So can you think of other cultures that may not necessarily be into the fiat currency? Yeah. Now it says here, even the United States military for decades supplied gold sovereigns and rings in the emergency kits of aircraft for potential use if the crew were down behind enemy lines. Folks, if this doesn't give you a big, hey, heads up, gold might be important or even silver might be important, well, I don't know, you might want to check your pulse. It says here, hopefully the ownership of bullion price, physical gold, and silver coins and ingots will rarely be needed to make the difference in life or death situations, right? Hopefully. But the near future of the global and the U.S. economy has so many uncertainties that the long-term survival of today's fiat paper currencies is at a higher risk than in the past years. That's right. Among the fiat currencies, the track record is that they all, I highlighted that's important, eventually fail. The mean average lifespan of a fiat currency is 40 years, but the median average lifespan is just 25 years. Okay, so mean is just you take all the numbers and you add them all up and then divide by how many there are, right? But the median, you just take all the numbers and you stack them from lowest to highest, from left to right, and you get an exact position in the middle. So it's basically a physical location as opposed to a numerical value, okay? So it's a physical location right in the middle of all the data. Despite all the posturing by today's politicians and bureaucrats in D.C., the purchasing power of the U.S. fiat dollar continues to decline. In 1913, upon the establishment of the Federal Reserve Bank, one U.S. dollar was worth 0.4838 of an ounce of gold. On December 31st, 2019, near the onset of the vid pandemic, one U.S. dollar had plummeted 98.6% to be worth only 0.000. Did I say that wrong? 0.000. Wow, that's too many zeros, it felt like. 658 of an ounce of gold. As of Wednesday afternoon this week, the value of this dollar had fallen further to be equal to only, 554 of an ounce of gold. Effectively, the U.S. dollar has lost 98.9% of its value versus gold since 1913, or had fallen 15.8% against gold just since December 31st, 2019, folks. Wow, yeah? I think that's some interesting information that we all probably should be processing. Now, it says here, to help maintain prosperity and financial stability, Americans need a stable monetary system. For many decades of America's history, there was stability and rising prosperity as the dollar was fixed to the price of gold and silver. I've heard about that. That's something that happened in the past, I believe. Since the U.S. dollar linkage to gold was completely severed in August 1971, and no U.S. silver coins for circulation have been struck since 1969, the relative purchasing power of the dollar has fallen significantly. And I would imagine it would have been nice to see a little bit of information like they did in the previous paragraph to back up that statement right there. That would have been nice. Now, it says here the recent U.S. government's extraordinary surge in the monetary supply, with the M2 definition of the U.S. money supply up 42.9% from mid-September 2019 to October this year, and the Federal Reserve Bank's balance sheet up 127.7% from mid-September 2019 to December 1st, 2022, is accelerating the devaluation of the purchasing power of the dollar, folks. And I think they've been raising interest rates, which has been raising the strength of the dollar. But what happens when they stop raising those interest rates, right? Yeah, that dollar might not be as valuable as it is now. I could see that happening actually. But I think they have some more. I think they have more room to raise rates because don't they? Because isn't the rule like they have to if inflation's at 7%, doesn't the rates have to be at 7%? Don't they have to match each other? I don't know. I'm not an economist. And I think that's it. One more paragraph. It says here, while ownership of bullion-priced physical gold and silver coins and ingots may help protect someone's personal finances, as it has done for countless people over history, such ownership may also contribute to help maintain the prosperity and financial stability of the nation as a whole. Interesting take there. When considered from that perspective, only gold and silver could be called an act of heroism. And folks, you know, those of us that purchase American Silver Eagle and bullion and proof versions from their U.S. Mint and their authorized dealers, well, let me ask you a question. So, how much more silver do you think we would all own how many more American Silver Eagles would we all own if the United States Mint actually produced the quantities that were sufficient to not make a ridiculous premium on American Silver Eagles? I don't even know if I asked that right question. So ask better questions, get better answers. Let me try and reword that question. So if the United States Mint actually produced enough American Silver Eagles, let's say 30, 45, 50 million this year instead of 15 million or 16 million bullion coins, would we still see the premiums at $20 over the spot price of silver? And if that's the case, then, it's so frustrating. I can't even wrap my head around it. But I can tell you this, there needs to be more Silver Eagles for the general public because, just like this person says, Patrick Heller, they can be heroes to the financial system of their country. Absolutely. Because it helps maintain the prosperity and the financial stability as a nation of a whole. Makes you a better citizen. So is the United States Mint not helping us become better citizens by not offering as much silver and gold as they could be? I don't know, but I think that's the article. Maybe you could make that argument. Isn't that interesting, folks? Now, let's head over to the plus ones today. Thanks for hanging out this long. Now, it says here, what is the most musical part of a turkey? Well, it's the drumstick, of course. Yeah, drumstick. Now, here we go. This is Psalm 31. 31. Not 31, but 30. I think you got it, yeah. I will exalt you, Lord, for you rescued me. You refused to let my enemies triumph over me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now let's head over here to 39.5, 99.9 KOIN Coin News Radio. This is Peter, Paul, and Mary. Light one candle. And it's live, too. It's pretty cool. Sounds great. Now, I want to thank you all for watching. Thanks for dropping by. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you do like what you hear and see, please subscribe to the channel. It's free. Son of a silver stacker. Out.